Maritime Fusion Net meets every Wednesday night at 1900 hours local time here in the CQ Maritime Room, number 60207. The net is open to all amateurs, but they'll be called in by province. We'll go through the rotation for the maritime provinces, and then we'll go to outside of the Maritimes, and then the second round within the maritime provinces. So before we get started, are there any stations that are on short time? If you are, please come with your call signs now slowly and phonetically, VE9GC.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo RCC Mobile.
Victor Echo 1, Hotel Alpha Papa Mobile, VE1 HAP Mobile.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, VE1 JS.
Okay, we picked up three stations, VE1 RCC, VE1 Hotel Alpha Papa, and VE1 Juliet Sierra. We'll go to the top of the list. Good evening, Bob. VE1 RCC in the mobile, VE9GC.
VE9GC, VE1 RCC Mobile. Yes, sir. Thanks for letting me in there. Just had some supper and all that good stuff there, and settled in for the evening. Anyway, a cool 16 degrees, zero filter sunshine here in Yarmouth, and is really comfortable with the lower breeze. Anyway, thanks for letting me in. Everyone have a good one there. VE1 RCC Mobile.
V1 RCC, V1 GC. Well, Rob, thanks for stopping by, and sounds like a reasonable temperature. We were up to almost, I think we hit 32 here earlier today, and it's starting to cool down. It's down into the high 20s, so not complaining. Just a sort of a taste of things to come. Thanks for stopping by, and now we'll go to Happy, VE1 Hotel Alpha Papa in his mobile, VE9GC.
V9GC, V1 HAP Mobile. Good evening to all on board. Just delivering a golf cart to a repair shop and picked up a whippersnapper, and still got a couple more stuff to do here in the backwoods of Deerfield in Pleasant Valley in Yarmouth County. So we're trucking right along, getting ready to almost call it a day. And we've had another work day and another day closer to the end of school, high. So we'll say 7:30 to 1 and all. Everyone have a good rest of the evening and a good day tomorrow. V9GC, VE1 HAP Mobile.
Okay, Happy, VE1 HAP, VE9GC. Well, it sounds like you got some work cut out for it. I mowed my two hayfields yesterday. I've been away for a couple of weeks up visiting relatives in VE3 land, and cut the front lawn before we left, which was a good thing, because by the time we got home, it was well grown up. So we got that trimmed down yesterday, and I'm going to have to get the whippersnapper out and do some cleanup work yet, but I'm kind of a little limited in my mobility at the moment, so just taking it easy. So thanks for checking in. Always a pleasure to hear you, and I know I'll hear you on future nets. Let's see what John's been up to. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra. Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie.
V9 Golf Charlie and the net, V1 JS. Good evening all. Very nice day here today, mostly sunny. It's clouded over recently, and they say it's going to rain. You were saying you got up around 30. We only got to 22. Very, very pleasant day here today. Looks like we're going to get some rain, but that's okay too. And the guy came and mowed my lawn today. I don't do it anymore. Anyway, thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me, and we'll look for you again next week. B9GC and the net, VE1JS 73.
Well, thanks for the check-in, John. Always a pleasure to hear you, and I know I'll be hearing you on FutureNet 7-3 for now. Okay, that was our first little group there of short timers. If there's anybody else that's on short time, please let me know, and we'll take a quick standby here before we start getting into the call out for the provinces. This is Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie standing by for short time stations.
Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
Okay, we picked up two more short time, VY2GF and VE1FOX. So, George, how are things over on the island this evening? VY2GF, VE9GC.
Good evening, Gord, and everybody on the net, and thank you for doing the net. Well, things on the island are pretty good. If I could get the SWR and my 40-meter band on the vertical figured out, I'd be real happy. But I think it's a step-by-step process. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good week, and we'll look forward to the net next Wednesday. Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
VY2GF, VE9GC. Well, persistence is the name of the game when it comes to trying to get antennas working. Speaking from experience, and I know you'll get it figured out the way you want it. 7-3, George, always a pleasure to hear you. How's Curtis doing now this evening down 3 Mile Plain? VE1FOX, VE9GC.
Oh, Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plain. Good evening, you, Gordon. Good evening to all the operators on there hitting me there for sure. I think you jumped on me the first round there. But that's all right. Maybe that guy we can take it, Gordon. Hi. Anyways, I received your SWR and your meter there. Anyways, I had VE1 RCI there. Quentin get it for me there. So anyways, he delivered it to me there at the flea market. So and I had a time trying to get that to work. Didn't realize you had to power it up. Hi. But anyways, she's working. That's the main thing. So with that, thanks for the meter there, Gordon. Anyways, you probably thought that Jimbo there, that Quentin was getting it. I didn't know how to go. I guess he'd take the top. So that, thanks again there, Gordon, and good to hear you in here. We had 34 out there this afternoon. Man, no breeze, no nothing to breathe. It was so hot, it was unreal. So now tonight they were down to 24, and it's overcast, and there's a breeze out there. Really nice setting outside. So with that, Gordon, thanks for calling me in there. They're sitting there playing bingo, and I could be a little quiet, but when I get talking, I'm noisy, so don't you be telling me to keep quiet. With that, Gordon, thanks again there for bringing me into the Maritime Fusion Net, and you have a great rest of the evening. Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie, with the, Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, here in 3 Mile Plains. Thank you, Gordon. Have a great evening.
V1FOX, V9GC. Okay, well, I didn't know it was you getting the meter, and that's fine. Doesn't matter to me. And yeah, you have to have that one powered up. But they were pretty good little meters, and it was very nice that Quentin, let me. He said, he met up with me in Spring Hill, and that was great because I originally had planned on going to the Down East flea market, but I thought it was going to be the same time as it was last year, coming up sort of this weekend. And unfortunately, last weekend, I was in Quebec City. So I couldn't quite make that down to down to the ham fest there, or the flea market, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so glad you're happy. And with that, sir, we'll say 7-3, and I know I'll be talking with you later. Okay, so that's the bottom of the short time list. Let's go now to the first round of stations from stations from Prince Edward Island. Any stations from PEI that wish to check in? If you are time sensitive, let me know. And again, if you're mobile, please add that in there. This is Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie Gordon and Notre Dame standing by for your call. Okay, nothing being heard. Are there any stations from Prince Edward Island that wish to check in? VE9GC listening. Okay, let's come across the bridge and listening for stations from New Brunswick. Any stations from New Brunswick that wish to check in this evening's Maritime Fusion Net? Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, net control standing by.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu Bravo Mobile VE9.
Victor Echo 9, Echo Sierra.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
Okay, we picked up 3 fine gentlemen there. We'll start with the mobile. Victor Echo 1 Zulu Bravo, mobile VE9. Good evening, Mike, VE9GC.
VE9GC, VE1 Zulu Bravo Mobile VE9 stationary mobile, I guess. Good evening, Gordon, and good evening, everybody. I heard Oscar on there. And, yeah, I'm in kind of in your neck of the woods tonight, here in Bucktush. Brought my granddaughter up to play soccer, and another 15 minutes or so we'll be making our way back to Nova Scotia. Anyways, and I saw some of your posts on Facebook there about your trip. Looks like you had a good trip, so that's good to see and hear. And nothing further. VE9GP, VE1 Zulu Bravo Mobile VE9.
V1ZB, mobile V9, V9GC. Okay, yeah, Mike. Yeah, no, we had a good trip, except for one little incident. I had oncoming traffic throw up a rock or a stone or whatever, and a $1,600 replacement for the new windshield in my new Tiguan. Well, insurance covers some of it anyway. But yeah, we had a great trip. It was nice to see family. Some of them I haven't seen in over 15 years, and I haven't seen my sister in 8. So it was kind of nice. We had a good visit. 7-3, my friend. I know we'll be chatting later. And safe drive back to Bucktush. Going into town there earlier today, and there were deer crossing the road down by the Irishtown Park. Anyway, let's see what Pat's been up to. Victor Echo 9 Echo Sierra. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie.
Yeah, thanks for calling me in. Haven't done a lot since I finished work. I made some supper and watched YouTube, and it was a late night last night because I was participating in some Edmonton nets, so I was up late to hit those, and I think I might turn in early tonight. I got the air conditioner on because I started to sweat and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. Anyway, so I don't think, no traffic for the net. So I guess 73 and 88 to everybody, and back over to you, VE9 Golf Charlie. Thanks for running the net, VE9 Echo Sierra.
Very good, Pat. Yeah, I know what it's like when you get a late night. You want to make it an early one the next night. Just wait. It gets even better as you get older. Hi. 7-3 for now. How's my neighbor Oscar doing over in the V9OSK, V9GC?
V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Evening, Gordon, and everybody on the net this evening. Nice day today, and I think they're forecasting a nice one tomorrow, so that's great. An early appointment for physio tomorrow morning at 8:15 there at the hospital, so it's going to be nice trying to get in there. Usually it's 15 to half an hour to get in the parking lot, so I'll have to be there quite early there. So I guess that's the break on the break. Thanks for doing the net, sir. Thanks for calling me in. Have a good one. Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo.
V9OSK, V9GC. I sympathize for you trying to, getting into the parking lot. When my wife had to go for physio at the city hospital, I used to drive her in, drop her off, and then I would go window shopping or whatever, and I'd go over to Home Depot and see if there's anything I didn't need, and then come back and pick her up. I'm fortunate. I deal with a private physiotherapist, and their parking lots. Just drive in, park my car, and head on over and get my treatments, and then back out. It works well. Anyway, 7-3, and I'll be chatting with you later, and all the best tomorrow with physio. That first little bit of New Brunswick before we move on to Nova Scotia. Are there any I'm having trouble tonight. Any other New Brunswick stations that wish to check in? The V9GC.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Kilo.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha India, V9AI.
Okay, well, run with those two golf calls, so to speak. Or golf names, not golf calls, because one certainly isn't. Anyway, good evening. Golf Kilo, V9, Golf Charlie.
E9GC, Victor Echo 9, Golf Kilo, back to you. Yeah, good evening, Gordon. Good evening, all on the net there. Good evening to Gary, coming up there behind me, and Oscar before me, and anyone else that was on there. I just got on here, so I'm not sure who else was there. Anyway, no real traffic, just got off the Maritime net, and White Cane Social, and now we're on this one here, doing a net night here, Gordon. Anyway, turn it back to you. No real traffic, just following along there. Thanks for doing the net, Gordon. Sounding good there. VE9GK, back to net control.
V9GK, V9GC. Okay, very good, Glenn. Always a pleasure to hear you pop in. And Gary's been up to there in the Fredericton area. Victor Echo 9, Alpha India. Good evening, sir. Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie.
V9GC, net control, V9AI. Good evening, Gordon, and everybody else on there. I'm mobile, forgot to say that. But anyway, almost home. Just delivering my grandson bought a riding tractor, lawnmower, so I had to deliver that down to him, and home. Too exciting here. Same old, I guess. Just mowing grass and feeding mosquitoes. Anyway, everybody have a great day, and hope to catch everybody next week. Back to net control, V9AI.
V9AI, V9GC. Well, thanks for stopping by, Gary. And I actually chuckled there when you were talking about eating mosquitoes. Out here, I've been between the mosquitoes and the black flies. And with this cast that I've got on my leg, my left leg, I kind of got in the habit of wearing shorts because that's the only, getting in and out of the cast to put jeans on and stuff is just a real pain. And I'm getting black fly bites up on my thigh in places that I didn't know I could get black fly bites until these last few days. Take care. All the best, my friend, and I know I'll be chatting with you further. Okay, let's move on now to stations from Nova Scotia. First call up for stations from Nova Scotia who wish to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Sierra, Mike, VE1 of us.
Seems like it's going to be a quiet night. Good evening, Frank. You're all by yourself. VE1FSM, VE9GC.
V9, Golf Charlie, VE1 Foxtrot, Sierra, Mike. Good evening, Gordon. And yeah, it seems like you're awful quiet tonight. Didn't seem to be getting a whole lot, at least not in the first round. Maybe you'll get a few more in the second round. Pull away from the TV and whatnot. I don't think there's any hockey games on, so. Oh well, is what it is, I guess. Anyway, not a whole lot of traffic from here in Amherst. It's still 21 degrees out. Cloudy and overcast, but when that sun was out, she'd be a whole lot warmer. I know she was a pretty warm day, so not bad if you're not working, but when you're at work, that's not what you want to see. Anyway, more or less just a quick check-in. Mark for your book. Back to you. V9 Golf Charlie, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike.
V1FSM, V9GC. Well, always good to hear you, Frank. And we've cooled down now to 26. Hit 32 here, and I say currently 26 and slowly dropping. Very, very humid though as well. So it's not overly comfortable sitting here in the shack. got the door open to the outside, and I can't really open the window behind me. I don't want to disturb. They're sitting here on the shelf just behind my head. So we just kind of keep that window closed so we don't bother them too much. Thanks for checking in, and I know I'll be chatting with you further. Okay, looking for further check-ins from stations from Nova Scotia. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9 and GC listening.
Victor Echo 1, Delta Victor Bravo.
Okay, I've got Victor Echo 1 Delta Victor Bravo. Any other stations from Nova Scotia? Come with your call sign.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta.
And we have added Edwin to the list. Okay, let's start there with Dan. How are things up on the hill this evening? VE1 DVB, VE9 GC.
Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, good evening to you, Gord. VE1 DVB, good evening to everybody on net this evening. Things are beautiful and warm up here on the hill outside of Westville in Pictou County. We're still at about 21 degrees here. Hit 29 this afternoon with the sun shining, but I was stuck inside working the corporate job, of course. Had the radios going and lots of email and lots of meetings today. Having a nice relaxed evening here while I sit inside and look at my grass grow and my security cameras and tell myself I gotta get off my butt and go out and mow the lawn. Hi. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. Appreciate you calling me in, sir. Appreciate you doing the net, and hope everybody has a great and a safe evening. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, VE1 DVB, 73.
Yeah, V1 DVB, V9 GC. Okay, Dan. Well, happy watching the grass grow. Yeah, when I was away, I was looking, checking our security cameras, just more, not so much for security purposes, just to keep an eye on them, see what things were doing, blooming here, and my cat sitter was very nice and took pictures of our various plants that are blooming and sent those to me so we could share those with the family up in Ontario. And came back and had 3 healthy cats and lovely lilacs and rhododendron and something that looks like rhododendron that really isn't. I've got a nest of 4 baby robins on the go here, so life is good. Thanks for checking in, Dan. I know I'll be chatting with you further down the log. Okay, Edwin, V1 Echo Papa Delta, Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie.
V9 Golf Charlie, V1 EPD. I just came down, sat down in my chair. I guess I've been outside. Too fine to come in, I guess. Anyway, we're kind of whippersnipping around the house. And I was nice and warm all day, so not much else to report. Just thought I'd give you a mark for your book. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in. VE9GC, VE1 EPD.
VE1 EPD, VE9GC. Well, thanks for taking the time to check in. Always a pleasure to hear you and get the extra free for now. We'll chat with you later. Okay, we've kind of gone through the first round here for Nova Scotia. So now let's take a standby for stations outside of the Maritime provinces. Stations from anywhere outside the Maritimes that wish to check in. Come with your call sign, slowly and phonetically. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie, Gordon here in Notre Dame, is listening for your call. Well, I guess it's going to be a quiet night. So we'll move back to Prince Edward Island. Second round of stations from Prince Edward Island. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. V9GC listening. Okay, nothing being heard from the PEI. Let's come back across the bridge and any stations from New Brunswick. Second call up for stations from New Brunswick. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. Okay, any stations from New Brunswick? Second call up for New Brunswick stations. VE9GC listening. Quick net tonight. Okay. Second call for stations from Nova Scotia. Any stations from Nova Scotia that wish to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net, come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
Victor Echo 1 Zulu X-ray, V1 ZX.
Hi, you're on your own, Brad. V1ZX, VE9GC. Good evening, sir.
V9GC, V1 Zulu X-ray. Very good evening. Very good evening to everybody on the frequency there. Everybody must be out feeding the black flies. Hi, hi. Been a nice day here in Two Island Pirates, bro. Thanks for checking me in there. Thanks for picking up the net. V9GC, V1 Zulu X-ray.
Okay, Hey, V1ZX, V9GC. Well, thanks for stopping by, Brad. Always a pleasure to hear you and giving me another spot here in the log. 7-3 for now, and I know we'll be chatting with you later. Okay, any other stations from Nova Scotia that wish to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net here in the CQ Maritimes room, 60207? Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. VE9 Golf Charlie listening.
Victor on Golf Uniform Yankee.
Now they're coming in one at a time. Good evening, Joe. Victor Echo 1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie.
Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie. This Victor Echo 1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Well, good evening to everyone here on Fusion Net here tonight, here on a Wednesday night. Wednesday night is a night of net. They're coming from all the corners of the continent. So anyway, other than that, everything's looking pretty good. We had the sunshine out pretty well most of the day. But it's all overcast here now, and I see the sun peeking through it, going down on the western sky there, but anyhow, we'll take it. I don't know if we're going to get any rain for tomorrow or what's going on, but he's calling some rain, so what we'll get is what we'll get. See you later. Thanks for calling me in. VE1GUI.
V1GUI, V9GC. Well, thank you for stopping by there. Pardon me, Joe. I always want to use your call sign as your name, and I know it's not. Oh well. The joys of having an elder moment, I guess. Thanks for stopping by, Joe. Always a pleasure. Okay, we're going to move on now to stations from anywhere that wish to check in before we shut down the net for this evening. So any stations from anywhere that wish to check in to the CQ Maritimes Fusion Net, come with your call signs slowly and phonetically. VE9GC listening.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango, Victor Mobile, VE9 MTV Mobile.
V9 MTV Mobile, VE9GC. Good evening, Mike.
Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 9 Mike Tango Victor Mobile. Good evening, Gordon. Just got out of the, we had a lobster supper for the Radio Canada retirees, and just got out of that venue. So heading back home, so thought I'd better just made it under the wire here. Yeah, have yourself a good net and a good week, rest of the week, for everyone on the net. And just a little reminder, a lot of people are upgrading to the new version of WireX, but it causes problems. It has to be set up properly with the room sponsor, otherwise the old rooms that we have on the 1.570 won't be able to connect to with the new version, 2.010. So for now, I suggest you keep the old version until they figure it out and everyone knows what to do. But anyway, it is what it is. And thank you, Gordon. Thanks for calling me in there. 7-3 to all. VE9 Golf Charlie, VE9 MTV Mobile.
Hey, V9 MTV Mobile, V9GC. I haven't even bothered looking at the new version. I'm still running 1.5 here, and it's working for me. So until such time as, as you say, things get straightened around, and if I really need to, then I'll make the change. But for the time being, it's working, so I'm not going to mess with it. 7-3, Mike. Pleasure to see you there this morning, and I know we'll be chatting with you frequently. Take care, my friend. Hey, Mike was at the bottom of that list. Let's make this the final call for stations from anywhere. Stations from anywhere that wish to check into the CQ the Maritime Fusion Net here on the CQ Maritimes room 60207. Come with your call sign slowly and phonetically. The E9GC listening. Okay, nothing being heard. We will declare the net closed at 1937 hours local. I'd like to thank all the people who checked in. We had a total, including the net control station, of 17 people. Not bad at all for a warm summer's evening. And we'll look forward to checking in and hearing the net next Wednesday. I'd like to thank all the owners and maintenance personnel for the various repeaters that we have and those that are running nodes that make it easy for people to check in here on the CQ Maritimes room. 7-3 all, this is Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie. Gordon de Notre Dame is going QRT 7-3.
Victor Echo 1, Papa India November, portable, 7-3 all around, VUK.
V1PIN, VE9GC. I have you on the log now, Bert. Take care, my friend.